going on, everybody? Welcome to KROGG and QWERTY Show's Under Fire Reviews. Up today we have WoW Battle for Azeroth, a game that we both played for a while. Of course, we played WoW for many decades, but this is, one of the most recent ones, other than WoW Classic, obviously. But I didn't even play WoW Classic. But I'm QWERTY. I'm here with KROGG. Say what's up, KROGG.
What's up, KROGG? How's it going, guys?
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, before we get started, feel free to leave any comments below. And on your way down, hit that sub button, give us some support. Appreciate it. Alright, getting into it. We got our 4 categories as always: gameplay, play value, environment, originality. And this is the game we're looking at, World of Warcraft. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty. Alright, we're going to go into gameplay. So what I was looking at with gameplay, I mean, the builds are a lot of fun. You got like raids, you got a bunch of different game modes. The storyline is good. It's fun playing through it and everything. But definitely to get like max level, it was more just like doing the same like missions over and over just to get up. You didn't really play through the storyline. You could have, but that's not what we did. So for me, that kind of was, maybe not the best way to go about it, but I was playing with like people that are, really good at the game, so they're not gonna sit there and wait for me to get to max level for a month. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But yeah,
there's about, what is it, like 8 different builds, armor wise, right, per character. So there's a decent amount to choose from there. And then, yeah, I mean, the main gripe is, if you don't know what a fetch quest is, that's basically 90% of the game is just...
Well, that's what, I have in here.
5 flowers.
Not too many variations in what you're actually doing. For the gameplay itself, it's really fun, and the builds are good, and it is, it's well polished for sure. But just for the fact that it's like, I don't know, like the builds don't have too many variations. There's only, like, if you're a warrior or whatever, a paladin, there's only certain things you're really doing. There's only a few different builds that you're really going for. There's not too much. You can do other stuff, but it's really dumb because you're not going to be able to do anything. So I feel like, because it is an older game, it's pretty much figured out. So there wasn't too much like excitement and like exploration in it. It was like, oh, go here, do this, go here, do this. Like, we were just being like leashed along the game, which definitely took away from it. So I put a 4 for gameplay. What you got, KROGG?
Yeah, I would give it a 3.5 for gameplay. Just, there was a lot of repetitiveness.
KROGG's not about the grind, so he doesn't like repeating things. I don't mind.
Not a big...
Right. I don't mind a monotonous grind, but it's kind of like why I didn't like Destiny 2. Is like you grind for a day and go get your power up just a little bit. And it was kind of the same thing with this. Like, you do a whole day of missions and raids or whatever, and then you find like one piece of armor that ups you like 2, armor level or whatever it is. It's just like, I'm like, it's just too much to not. There's not enough little incremental things. I like things where even if you get little things, they're not going to make you like super way stronger, but you can tell a difference. And like, okay, today, yeah, I got this sword up, and my arm, I have a little bit more health, and my resistances are better. You just like feel accomplished.
It seemed like the weapons and armor were on like a timeline, and it was just like a straight line.
Right.
This is the next armor you're gonna get. These are the next weapons you're gonna get. And it's
right. And like you had to go, you go up to like a tier 2, Mystic Dungeon, and then you go to a tier 3, and it's like same thing, just harder. I don't know, like, okay, I guess. It just seemed like they could have had, for such a big game, and like the world is so massive, which is nice, and it's fun to explore. They could have done a little more with the actual battle content, I think, with creating more things. Like, they come out with Battle Azeroth or something that has like, what, 4 new raids or something like that, and like 4 new dungeons. Like, it just doesn't seem like enough.
I mean, they got caught up in the every other MMO skill system. Pretty much.
Right, let's move it along. We got 3 others to get to here, so I'm gonna move along to play value. I don't want this to be an hour-long bash session of WoW. All right, all right.
No, it's
So,
not gonna be a bad.
all right,
The whole.
all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay,
I.
so play value. It's online. You got PvP, you got guilds, you got raids. Like definitely content for days. They have daily quests. It's a big open world, so you can have a lot of fun there. If you have guild members, you have a guild hall, and you guys can do a lot of messing around and doing stuff together, and that makes it a lot of fun for sure. The thing that I'm going against is, you're paying $60 first of all for an expansion. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. If I buy a Bale Azeroth, I'm getting every other version technically, so because I'm getting all that content. But still, like you should be able to buy the base game, but then like it should be like $20 or $40 for an expansion, or it should just be part of the game. I don't know, especially because they have a subscription fee of $15.99 US dollars, $16 a month. So like when I got into it, I bought KROGG a copy, me a copy, and then got us the first month. So you're looking at like almost $150 just for us to both step into the world. And then after that, every month, $32 is coming out of my account to keep these up. And I'm like, that right there just it put me down. So what was your feelings and rating on this?
Yeah, I mean the major thing is like, yeah, paying for the game and then also having to pay $16 a month to play it.
Right, if it
I
was
mean,
free to start it up and you just had to pay monthly, that would be, still shitty, but it would be a lot better. But
better, yeah.
because $60, so you basically get 3.5 months worth. Instead of paying that 60, you'll have that 60 to pay for like 3 months. So like that makes sense to me. But yeah, would you rate it on play value?
I had to go 3.5 on play value. That's way too big.
Right. Yeah,
Way too big to get wrong.
Yeah, I put it at a 3 because that's just huge for me. Because the main thing was like I felt like I needed to play it every day. Not that I wanted to. It became a point because it's just like mentally in the back of your head, like, well, I'm paying monthly for this, so I got to make sure I use it. So I get on sometimes even when I didn't really want to because I'm like, well, I just got to grind something out so I like get the value out of what I've paid. I've paid so much for this and I'm still paying. Yeah. I'm like, I gotta, utilize it. And like I think that kind of killed it for me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it should have been more of a like, okay, I play this week. Okay, I'm busy. I'm going on vacation. I come home. Maybe 3 weeks later I'll play it again. But you can't do that with that. So that's why I got a 3 for me. All right, so 3.25 for that. Next on to environment. All right, here we go. We got a little guy riding on a horse. Look at him go. Beautiful worlds. Art style's great. They definitely like nailed that. It's definitely a polished game. You can tell the community is
huge.
It's huge. It's good.
There's memes out the ass.
You got the raids. You got the guilds. Like there's a lot to it for sure. If you enjoy the game, you can definitely play it just constantly because they constantly come out with new content and everything. Good environment. But kind of for me, that takes it down a notch is the noob hate. The noob haters. It's because it's been around so long. Like anytime like you ask a question or something, people are like, "Oh, you freaking noob!" Like people are helpful, but only when you know what you're doing. Like people don't want to waste their time helping you if you're new. You're trying to learn the game, and there's so much to it that it's going to take a while. But that just for that fact, because again, environment for me is also the community surrounding it, and in that sense, I had to take off 1 point, so I'm at a 4. What are your thoughts on environment, KROGG?
I think it's pretty superb, actually. It has it's as big as like essentially something like Star Wars. It has tons of outside merchandise and just spawned a whole bunch of memes and stuff like that. So I would have to go with 5 for community.
All right.
Just because it's huge.
Oh, that definitely makes sense for sure.
Yeah.
That's why we have both of us doing it. It makes it a lot less biased because We do level each other out a lot. Like sometimes you'll notice KROGG will go low, but I'll go like a little higher or fair, and vice versa. And it actually levels it out pretty well, which is good. I think 3 people would be too much. That's too much math. Alright, so we got our final category here, which is our originality, which I always say is going to make or break games. Alright,
Yep.
so here I got a unique world, unique characters, unique story. It's, it's iconic. A lot of, even the gameplay and stuff, a lot of MMOs have based their stuff off of Warcraft. I mean, I don't know. I don't really, for originality, I think that's like almost the epitome of originality. They did so many things first.
Yeah.
They continue to do firsts, and then, just the characters and stuff, like that's their own style. There's nothing else like it. Nowhere. There's nothing like it. So,
I mean, not to mention it spawned Hearthstone. Is, if you didn't know,
all
that's
the
basically
characters.
all World of Warcraft characters in
Right.
Hearthstone. So
That's really cool.
it
So
spawned another huge game
right.
off of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like endless. Like, it's such a big world, and like all the characters
Quite
are
original.
really, they're all original. They're all different looking. They're all well thought out. You can tell that's where they're putting a lot of their time and effort in. You can tell, which is good, and that's what attracts so many people. It's just, for me and KROGG, it's more of like a gameplay thing, and definitely something we only have to invest in once. Like
Yeah.
so
Plus,
that
it can't be linear. I hate linear.
if it's like a sub type thing, it's really gotta be like all I want to play. You know what I mean? Like I gotta wake up in the morning and be like, I want to get on and just do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But all right, yeah. So what did you give it for originality?
Originality, I would have to go with a 4.
4? I did 5.
Yep.
Because I just thought like it's just that's the thing. Like
There's some MMO things that were there before they came around that they did take, so I can't give them a full 5. That's just me though.
right. I think just on the story and the art style alone, and that'd be tough. You'd have to actually research it to see like what they actually took from other MMOs. There wasn't really any MMOs out at that time. Besides,
Well, EverQuest.
Yeah, I
was a
mean,
big one that came out before.
but are you sure it came out before?
And Daggerfall came out before, definitely.
Well, yeah, but Daggerfall doesn't have any of that kind of stuff. Doesn't have like fetch quest stuff. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's true.
All right,
It's
so
not an MMO either. Fail.
it's something.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, I mean that's why we're here. We're discussing things, trying to get everything down. All right. Any last thoughts, KROGG, before I reveal the score?
I like fishing in that game. That was my favorite pastime, and wow.
It's always nice when games have like those little mini things because, like, there's a lot of waiting around in games like that. So for them to, put that in there just as something that you can do, like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, we're doing this mission. We'll be like, we're almost done, which almost done means like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So like, you're like, okay, you don't want to start a mission and be on it for an hour, so you're just like, all right, I'll just go fish a little bit, which was pretty rewarding actually, and you could get a lot of gold from it and stuff, especially if you caught the right fish. So yeah, it was good. So here we go. We got the verdict is in, and our score is 4.0. So 4 stars out of 5.
4.0.
With all these odd numbers, we somehow came out with an even number. So very good. So yeah, definitely.
Yes, if you can afford it, it's playable.
Right. I think the main gripes basically are just just too. There's not too much variation in the builds, and you have to pay more for it. So I think that's basically why it gets a 4 instead of a 5. If it had infinite amount of builds and it was free to play, this probably would get like a 5 star or pretty damn close to it. All right, so there you have it. It's in the books, World of Warcraft. All right, so hopefully that helps you guys. Write in the comments if you agree, disagree on anything, or if you have a game or something that you want us to review in the future. On your way down, hit that sub button, support us, we appreciate it. And I am QWERTY here with KROGG signing out. We'll catch you in the next video. Peace!